So it's Monday, the 22nd of April. It's 2 p.m. and I've just stopped here on Haddon Drive. On the floor next to me is a flood drain. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the mic down into it. So that was a drain. Just dangling a mic down into a flood drain on Haddon Drive, up at the top end of Haddon Drive, 2/3 up basically, just outside Tom's house, the one with the ornamental wishing well. And there's a huge worm crawling towards my foot. Probably all coming out of the ground now because it's raining. My mum sent me a poem about worms this morning. Like all crawling through someone's nose. I just can't remember exactly how it went. The front door's open. Just a little bit. Hello? It's nice. The front garden's still a square of grass, bright green grass dotted with red flowers. And I don't know what they're called, but they are beautiful and red. You know, I lived in this house once for 2 months. Everyone kind of did. Me, Meadows, Tom, Mroueh, and Susie. Boozy Susie from Yorkshire. We could sort of do anything here in the sense there were no rules, because Thomas' parents had gone. Hello? Is anyone in? I don't feel like anyone's in. I might go inside. Oh. Still feels like a boat, this place. Like everything's 2/3 the size. Oh, listen. Listen to this. So that's the ceiling. Like 20 centimetres above my head. And you hear that? Where the paint kind of cracks. So that's the edge of a dent. Or crater pushed up into the ceiling like an upside down bowl. Just here, just above me. Oh, my head did that 16 years ago. I just got my Irish passport. And we were celebrating that. Hello? Hello? Tom? That night was no different from any other. But I remember it incredibly well because it was my last one here. The next day I told everyone I was popping out to the shops. I just never came back. I think someone's upstairs. Hello? Tom? It's Jay. If you're up there, don't be alarmed. I'm coming up.
Red flowers. I'll close that door.
I'm standing in the doorway of Tom's bedroom now, which is extremely dark. And I know this sounds weird, but I was half expecting him to be here. This was the last place I actually saw him. Right here, lying in bed, staring up at the ceiling. There used to be a little window right in the middle of it, with a square of sky. And now it seems there's people up there instead. And they're walking around. told him I was popping out to the shops. He asked me to pick him up a Swiss roll. You know, those little rolled cakes with cream and jam inside that you get in the shops for like less than £1. But maybe then I already knew I wasn't coming back, because I remember I told him to join me and come for the walk. But he said he couldn't. He said he couldn't get out of bed until he saw a bird fly past through that square of sky. He said it was a new rule that he'd made up, and specifically it had to be a kite, a red kite. So I'm just here, and I'm looking at the side of his face, and I'm just waiting for that smile to creep up on the side of it. But it never did, so I left. I thought about this a lot after I'd gone. Him lying here waiting. I mean, birds like that, I wouldn't imagine you get birds like that round here, so close to the Feels good to be back. Got in this morning via Castle. Took the train down from there. The carriage was completely empty. For the first hour we chugged through a great mist. Eventually, I think as we were getting into like Caster, the sun came up and burnt it all away, and I could see all the hills. By that point, the carriage was then completely filled. Every seat was taken, and then next to me was this woman. It was quite small and on the phone. And it was nice to look out the window and watch the hills rolling past with her voice in the background. There was this one moment where I was following this long red brick aqueduct, just moving across and through the valleys. And I heard her say the sentence, "The baby is legit upside down." The baby is legit upside down. So I kind of turned a little bit in my seat, just enough to see her, and realised she was pregnant. It sort of blew my mind a little bit to think of a body inside this body, upside down and growing. I mean, where would it go amongst all them organs? Amongst all them organs that were inside that person. Like, where would it go amongst all those organs? Amongst all those organs that were inside that body. And we stopped at the corner. She got off, and I wrote it down on the back of my hand in capital letters. Still here now, it says, "The baby is legit upside down." The baby is legit upside down. I love it. I kind of want to write it somewhere for other people to see. The baby is legit upside down. I could scratch it into the side of this bed with a nail or something, like the names you see on the sides of trees in love hearts. I'm not going to do that. I think that's quite intense. I actually feel like there was something I needed to tell him, but I can't remember what it was. You hear that sound? That's a cactus. On the bedside table, and what I've done is I've picked it up and now I'm stroking its spikes lightly with the top of my thumb. Sounds a bit like water dripping lightly from a tap, or like oil in a hot pan, you know. Bubbling, crackling, spluttering. I've got many sounds that sound like that in my archive, my collection, which strangely started here. Although back then it wasn't a microphone, it was a camera. HF10, yeah, that was the camera. Compact but wide with that zoom bar on the side. And Canon HF10, yeah, that was the camera. Compact but wide with that zoom bar on the side, cause I was just filming stuff, not thinking much, you know. Catching it on the camera, like I was just filming stuff, not thinking much, you know. Catching it on the camera. Tom would get in late like every other night from the pub, stumble in, and that was quite the sight. But I was in the house just chilling with the camera, filming things, not thinking much, as I said. So Tom would get in late like every other night from the pub, stumble in, and that was quite the sight. But I was in the house just chilling with the camera, filming things, not thinking much, until one night he demanded a fried egg sandwich. So I made him one, that's right. One night he demanded a fried egg sandwich. So I made him one. Real runny. With the yolk. Real runny. As he took that first bite, I caught it on the camera and zoomed in there with a HF10. So as he took that first bite, I caught it on the camera and zoomed in there with a HF10, and I think he knew I was filming, cause a little smile in the footage on his face does appear in that crease of the skin, moving past the cheek whilst the yolk dripping down from the tip of chin. And I think he knew I was filming, cause a little smile in the footage on his face does appear in that crease of the skin, moving past the cheek whilst the yolk dripping down from the tip of chin. Quite the scene. Quite the scene. Quite the scene. And again. From his nose onto his chin, the worms crept out, yeah, the worms crept in. Yeah, that sounds about right. A couple of years ago, I found these videos again and presented one of them in an exhibition called Everything Worthwhile is Done with Other People. But Tom doesn't know anything about that, unless he found himself in Poland. Rural Poland, 30 metres below the ground in an old salt mine that had turned itself into an art space. Strangely, this place feels a bit underground, like deep below the surface of the earth. Which is weird, because since entering, I've gone up. I guess that's just because it's dark. I mean, there used to be a little square of sky in here, but now it seems there's people up there instead. Anyway, maybe I should leave before someone gets back.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Maybe that's because I'm on speaker as well. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm speaking. I'm speaking. All right. Let me try to take my phone cover off then. Yeah. How's that? How's that anyway? I can hear you. I can hear you. Alright, yeah. Alright, well we'll go like this. It's not, it's not going to get any louder than that, no. That's not fair. How are you doing anyway? Oh really? Okay, so the money will go through to... Yeah, well, you're also very quiet. Look, I can hear you. I can hear you. But you're quiet. Yeah. Okay, well, do it on WhatsApp, because otherwise it's going to cost you a lot. Alright? Okay, alright. I know. Yeah.
So I'm in the living room now, downstairs, and above my head is a rack of thick wooden beams that are holding up the ceiling. A sort of giant wooden ribcage, painted black. And to give you an idea of scale, the top of my head is pressing up lightly against one of them. This one in the middle, just here. I can't touch all the beams, but I can touch this one because of how the room sags in the middle. Old Tudor beams, 500 years old, and I know they must be incredibly strong to hold up the weight of this house. But at the same time, I feel like if I was to push up on my tiptoes, then my head would just sink into it like a foot in mud. Someone's playing an instrument next door, because I can feel every note vibrating through the wood and into me via the top of my head. There's a window in here. A small circular window on the right wall, like a porthole. And the sky must have just cleared because a single beam of light has now entered the room. And like a tube, a perfect tube, it's cutting across the space just here, just in front of me. This perfect tube of light. And it's so close I could reach into it if I wanted. But maybe I don't. Because within this tube I can suddenly see all the dust. It's mad. So much dust. It's like a blizzard. A blizzard in slow motion.
Some children are born breech, so feet come out first. But usually, standard is head down and their back towards your tummy. Yeah. Where has he got that from? I remember saying to the midwife, it's like a big pressure on my poo pipe. Like it did feel, it was like, there was like some kind of similar feeling to needing to poo.
The baby is legit upside down. Okay, right, so what I'm doing now is I'm pushing up my left arm so my hand is inside this tube. And I'm raising my thumb up into the light. It's funny to see it again lit up in this dark room. And I didn't notice it before, but poking out the tip of my thumb are hundreds of tiny needles. Cactus needles, like hairs or something. Little hairs. And what's happening is the dust is flying into them hairs and getting caught up and kind of falling down and resting on the surface of my skin. I mean, isn't that what dust mainly is? Skin. Dead skin. Tom's dead skin. It's a bit like we're holding hands, isn't it? Jokes aside, I really feel like there was something that I needed to tell him. But I can't remember what it was. Follow it left. The tube of fireplace, creating a silhouette of my thumb on that cast iron slab sitting at the back of it. It's funny, I remember how we used to sit in this room staring at that thing. Because Tom didn't want a TV, so we'd all watch the fire. I remember how we always used to say that if a bird falls down the chimney, it's death approaching. But isn't that kind of obvious? Because if a bird falls down a chimney, it's probably dead. I wonder if he still says those things. Or if he's changed. Like me. I didn't realise how much I missed him, you know. Until standing here today. I felt good in this house. I felt good. I could be in this house, I could laugh in this house, and that was all good. I could cry in this house, and that was okay, and for that, I loved that boy more than you can know. Love. And I don't know, is that even the right word after all this time? In its present tense. Love. 15 years and no word. People vanish in this world. People vanish. It happens all the time.
There was a lady all skin and bone, ne'er was a lady ever was known. It happened on a certain day, the lady went to church to pray, and from the doors she entered in. She looked up, she looked down, she saw a dead man on the ground, and from his nose unto his chin, the worms crept out, the worms crept in. The lady to the dead man said, "Will I be so when I be dead?" The dead man answered, "Yes, dear lady, you will be so." And that lady answered, "No, no, no, no!" She used to say it to us when we were children. Like one of her bedtime stories. I remember in front garden it had an ornamental wishing well with water in it. So well, I think they were. I might be wrong. You see, this is when your memory gets skewed, isn't it? I don't know, roses, I guess. I don't know. I can't remember that bit. I just remember them throwing the flowers at the car. That was quite beautiful, actually. Something like the public did that. That was quite beautiful, I thought. So how old do you think you were then? At 18? Okay, I do on WhatsApp. I'll try that. Let's try that. Okay, bye.
For the first few months after I left, I'd call him up on the house phone. Because it's down here, downstairs. So if he picked it up, it meant he'd gotten out of bed. But he never did. And at some point I just stopped. Maybe I should call him now. I mean, of course he's not going to pick up because he's not here. But that's also good. I mean, I could just leave a message. It's like writing a note, isn't it? But spoken. And that way I won't overthink it. He won't even know I've done it from inside his own house, which is good. Just wish I could remember that thing I wanted to say. I guess it doesn't really matter too much. After all this time, anything's better than nothing, so... yeah. That's what I'm gonna do.
Hello? Hello? Okay.
Wait,
Who is this?
the baby is legit upside down.